Today I want to give y'all a glimpse into an optimistic mind. Well, my optimistic mind. You know, people tend to think that because I'm so positive that I don't get upset. I probably get more upset, more frustrated than most. But I've learned how to place it and use it to fuel my positive thoughts. And I try to make that my way of life. So, with that being said, yes, I'm very positive, very optimistic. I believe there's something good in anything bad, but we have to look for it. And sometimes it's really hard, but we have to do the work. And being positive is so much more refreshing than focusing on the negative. And it feels better. It feels a lot better. I believe that, it takes work to build up being super optimistic. But that comes from a place of negativity in my life. It was a point in my life where I saw everything that was wrong and I focused on that. I dwelled on it. And for some strange reason, it felt like that's how I wanted to be, or that's what I wanted, and it wasn't. And, one day it just hit me that I needed to stop being so negative, stop being so angry. And I started to work on that. I first started to see how I was looking at life in general. And why was I focusing on everything that was negative? There was a bunch of negativity going on around me, and there was a bunch of negativity that I was dealing with, so it made it easy for me to focus on that. But I started to challenge myself to see something good out of everything bad that was going on. It was a lot of work. I had to self-reflect a lot. I had to think about the things that I've caused to be negative. And I had to reevaluate the people that was around me, the type of jobs I had. So I went through this process of working on being positive. And it was frustrating at first because it just don't flip. It just don't turn to positivity overnight. It took years for me to develop being positive and focusing on the good things in life instead of the bad things. But I had to get out everything that was really negative, like the main things that I saw as negative, and try to find the good in it. And like I said, it took a long time. It took a while. But eventually, I started to focus on one thing at a time instead of trying to do all the things that I saw negative. So I focused on one thing at a time and I dealt with it every day. But I also welcomed the way that it made me feel, which was negative. So I was challenging myself to change my mindset, and it changed the way that I feel about things. And, to do a little soul searching so I can pull out the positive things that I needed to see to make me a better person. after I got done with the first one, I will move on to something else I saw negative, something else I felt bad about, and I will work on that. And it got to a point where I was started to rehash those things, keep them at the front of my mind so I can continue to work on them, so that I can continue to get better from it and I won't fall into that place of negativity again. And now that's something that I do all the time, even from things way back in my childhood. I still think about those things, and some of the things that I've been through still have like a negative effect on me. But I'm able to change that now to see the positive and to focus on it and to learn from it even 20 years later. And at some point it became really easy for me to see the positive in life and the good in people. And I've been called annoyingly optimistic sometimes. And I get it, everybody's not like that. Everybody can't see all the positives, especially when things are really, really bad in people's lives. It's hard to see that positive and the negative. That's why we have to train our minds to not let those negative things get the best of us. Because if we do allow it to get the best of us, then it takes over us. And whatever that situation is, hold the power over us. And a day might go past and you're still dwelling on it, and it'll always be negative thoughts until you can figure out how to counteract that. I have not every negative thing, but a lot of negative things written down so that I can go back and look at it, so I can go back in and relive that moment or relive that feeling or relive that thought, and to challenge myself to see something else that's positive in there. Being positive is my way of life. It's how I get through a lot of things. And it also, it helps me to be more genuine to people. And that part I love about it, because I genuinely love people. But being a positive person is something that always needs work. No matter what, it'll always need work. You need to strengthen that ability time after time after time, just to make sure that it gets stronger. And when you hit those bumps in life, or life try to kick you down, you can get right back up and deal with that situation and move on. When I was focusing on negative things, I noticed that, life felt stuck. Felt like I was in a standstill. Felt like I wasn't moving anywhere. And now that I have this positive mind, it feel like I'm always moving. It feel like I'm always trying to learn something. And I appreciate that about myself. And, I thank God that I was able to turn that corner from being a negative person to being a positive person. Because without him, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And now I have more trust in myself, my abilities, my conversations, the way that I feel about people, the choices that I make. Being positive just added another level of confidence for me. And it also helps my integrity. And to me, integrity is life. There's nothing I wouldn't do in front of a million people that's good that I would not do alone. So I hope this can resonate with somebody or help somebody out and try to find those positive things in life that's worth looking for. And if there's anything that you're going through right now that's tough, things don't stay bad for long. But it's also up to us to do the work. Searching for those positive outcomes. Searching for those nice things to say. Digging deep to pull something positive out of a very bad and negative situation. It's hard, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I try to help everybody I know to understand why being positive is important. And I haven't let me down yet. But like I said in the beginning, I still get frustrated. I still get upset. And sometimes I even have those feelings like, I don't want to be positive right now. I want to be upset. But I know myself better than that. And when those thoughts come in, I just give myself a lecture and kick myself in the butt and remind myself of all the work that I've done to get here. All the effort and the time that I've put into being the person that I am right now. And I'm happy with who I am. I've dealt with 95% of my demons. And I have so many things written down. And I revisit that a lot. Just so that I can keep up with myself. So if there's anything bad you're going through, remember, it don't last for long. But we got to do the work. It's worth it. You're worth it. It's up to you to find those positive things out of the negative things. And you'll start to notice your life changes tremendously. You'll lose some friends, maybe some family members that won't even speak to you. But if they can't accept the person that you are becoming to better yourself, then you don't need them around. You'll start to attract different type of people. You'll start to see different things in people that you didn't see before. You'll notice things. And that was my first step to being a genuine person. And that's a big thing in life for me too, being genuine. There's not many things in life that somebody has been through that I haven't been through. So I love it when I get to talk to people and help them out with a situation or something that they're going through based on my experiences. And the way that I handle things may not work for everybody, but it may be a good starting point. And that's my only hope. If what I do don't work for you, that it gives you a really good start. Self-reflection is key. Talking to that person in the mirror, being completely honest about everything with yourself. That's hard to do for a lot of people. It's hard to do for me. And a lot of people tell themselves that they're being honest with themselves. But that's because they don't want to face that ugly truth. And once you get past that, it just feels so much better. Like there's nothing that can stop you. There's nothing that can hold you down. Even if somebody get mad at you and try to throw something about you in your face, it doesn't bother you because you've already dealt with it. You already know that about yourself. I tell people all the time, I know me better than anybody. So there's not much you can tell me about me. And there's nothing you can tell me about me that'll get me upset. Because 9 times out of 10, I've already dealt with it. I've come to peace with it. And I moved on. So hopefully this will help somebody. And I am going to try to get a different thing. My end goal here is to do like a tell-all podcast about my life from beginning till now. And I have no problem with telling people anything that I've done, anything that I've been through, or anything that I've ever felt. And it wasn't always good. There was a time in my life where I was completely opposite of what I am now, or who I am now. And to know that person that I was, and to know the person that I am today, it feels so good. Like, there's no better feeling. When people say, oh, you're lucky to be alive at this age. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. But also, I put in the work to be alive at 37. I've changed my way of thinking, my mind frame from what it used to be that allowed me to survive in the long run. And I am so happy with my life right now. And trust me when I tell you, I've been through it all. So I'll be back soon with another podcast, and not sure what the next what the next one will be about. But I'll try to make it good. And I want everybody to prosper, everybody to be happy, everybody to grow, everybody to be respectful of each other. I just want the best for everybody. Happy Saturday. Hope everyone have a safe weekend. And I'll talk to you all soon.